Hey spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Starship Theory. Now we have managed to build ourselves quite a strong little ship here. We have some hull bracing here, and we're working on some more defensive technology. In particular, we're looking to grab, perhaps, some armor plates, and then maybe even go up to get an armor repairer, which will keep our armor healed, because I'm not really sure how to repair armor otherwise. It looks like we're passing through a blue sun, which the blue suns are a little bit more dangerous than the other kind, so I'm going to wait till I pass fully through that before I get to work on other stuff. Now it looks like our food and water are pretty much equal, so I'm going to disable this for now, and then I'm going to let Alicia, I'm probably going to build a second research station maybe over here somewhere, so that she can also contribute to my defense. Now, one of the big things I need to do is I need to start meeting more ships. And I also need to, I think one of the things I need to do is I need to start getting weapons on my ship, because I think weapons, they decrease the this is like what I feel. I feel like weapons decrease the probability of an enemy being hostile. Like if you warp in on a ship that has a bunch of weapons, you know, that seems fairly logical that it'd be built into the game's code. I don't know if it is, but I'm going under that assumption that having weapons reduces the probability that enemies will be hostile. Because basically, you know, why would you attack someone who has weapons? Even if you have more, you know, there's all this sort of, you know, you can take a difference. Whereas if you would, obviously, like, if you have the opportunity, you would attack someone who doesn't have weapons because they can't fight back, right? I mean, that seems fairly logical to me, at least in some respect, at least on a sort of surface, sort of logical level. It's not probably, I'm not like incredibly some like extreme demonstration of it, but you know, it seems fairly logical. And if it doesn't work that way, I would suggest they make it work that way, because that would be interesting, because then like you could do a full pacifist run with no weapons, which would make it really difficult, you know, trying to find people who aren't going to try and take advantage of you and steal your stuff. An interesting thing about the medium engines and the small engines and stuff like that is they do occasionally need maintenance. Ooh, they took out a CPU panel. Thankfully, we do have spares, so that's not too bad of a hit. At this point, I really just need more crew so that I can start doing more interesting stuff with said crew. We did lose a CPU panel, so I tell you what I will do. I will stick down a new CPU panel, and that's why I have spares. It's so that losing one or two CPU panels or solar panels doesn't completely cripple my ship. Ooh, we're picking up extra water. Ooh, looks like our hydroponics bay just took a hit. So let me actually call up, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to call up a ship here. Oh, no, I'm not, because I'm not going to call up a ship here because I don't have my jump drive available. I'm just going to go to another asteroid field. Once I have my jump drive filled up, I would feel much more confident in engaging with a ship. If I had weaponry, even just a couple of lasers would be enough for me to be able to harass them into perhaps like shutting down their weapons by killing a solar panel or something while we're in combat. Yeah. So the medium plant bed is turned off. What I want to do now is I want to stick down a research station, perhaps over here. And the reason I haven't built out these into floor yet is because it's just unnecessary. I will put down, actually, you know what? I'm going to put down the full length of hull braces so that the ship is much harder to kill. That's the hope, right? Is more hull braces should equate to more ship health, which should equate to being harder to kill. Although I'm not sure if that will encourage bigger, badder enemies to come to us. Okay, so we're in the next mining field. Start harvesting. Ship detected on the long-range scanners. Now I'm hoping that this is a friendly, because if it's a significantly dangerous unfriendly, we might not survive the engagement. Although we do almost have armor plates, so that's something that can be working in our favor. And our ship is very tanky in certain aspects. Other aspects, not so much. Okay, ship exiting the warp. They are not currently hostile. They will buy water, and I will sell that water. Otherwise, they're not really doing anything that I care about, because we just picked up more water. That water is just out of reach. I'll see if I can pop this near them. They might get hit by some of the rocks. That'll be annoying to them. Ooh, a little bit of water. We are passing a sun, but this is an orange sun, which means it's not particularly threatening. Now, I could put down some beds in my town. Ooh, they popped up an asteroid for me. I could put down some beds in my little ship. And that's definitely something worth considering. Maybe soon, but not now. I think we are still a little bit weak to be doing that sort of thing. Because you have to remember, every single piece of floor is more potential places for fires to break out when you're in combat. So you want to have really as little floor as possible. And, well, at least for the way I play, I don't like to actively manage my crew. I like to let them do what they do and sort of let them try to handle the situation. Now, I mean, I probably should. If I was trying to play efficiently, I should probably micromanage them a little bit more. But I don't know, there's something really fun about letting them do what they want. Now, I could afford to get rid of, perhaps, a pair of these panels, which would have let me run a second research bench. And I think I will do that because I need to get... I can get small armor plates now, which is going to be a very useful defensive item. What I might do here is I could make my ship wider now. And I think we're going to stay the course for now. I'm going to head to another asteroid field again because I don't have weapons yet. And I'm mainly again, I'm still kind of getting screwed on silicon, which is kind of annoying, but you know, we'll make it through. We'll make it through just fine. Okay, so we have a second research bench now, so the two people should be able to research at the same time, which should mean a significant increase in the pace that we get defense research. I could even have them work on separate issues, but I might have them just continue to work on the same one. What I might actually do, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to make beds. I'll open this up and then I'll maybe throw down some beds for my crew. I do want to put weapons up one day. One day I'll get weapons, I swear. Okay, we're coming into another asteroid field. It looks like a pretty not so dense one, actually. It might be time to move around some stuff. We can make the ship even longer and bigger. I'm experimenting with this whole like super long ship design. I think it's an interesting idea. Okay, we want to be shooting the ones that are ahead of our ship because we don't want to get hit by the asteroids because it's an expensive hit if they take out like a solar panel or even just a CPU panel is a pretty expensive hit. I almost blew that open. Let me blow it up. Okay, this one is the one we're going to focus on because it's big and it's in our way. These guys are definitely not hostile. Okay, that's great. We're going to be floating over a pretty big asteroid here. Hopefully it misses us. Ooh, we took a hefty hit. Almost killed one of our heat exchangers. So let's see. These guys will buy metal. They will not. I will sell them some silicon. Oh, I didn't mean to buy silicon. Damn it. Whoops. I would have maybe been able to buy some crew there if I hadn't made that mistake. Oh well. But yeah, we are getting up to the point now where we should be able to buy a new crew member in the not too distant future. I would like 3 engineers, 2 scientists, and pretty soon I would like a combat person to manage the mining console that I'm going to be getting fairly soon. Ooh, lots of these things popping off now. So what I might do is build a little canteen area. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the water cooler and the food dispenser down here, and then I'm going to build, just for the sake of my people's emotional health, I'll build a little table and chairs. So now we have a little canteen area for eating and drinking, and then we'll remove the other 2 versions of that. Which, you know, it might seem like a small thing to improve their morale, but I think it actually makes them better at their jobs. I'm not sure though on that one, but you know, I figure why not do it? All right, got a little bit of resources coming in. Again, still really kind of sucking on the whole. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that. Cancel not remove. That's what I wanted to remove. I will power this on, and I do want to go to another asteroid field. Something else I could work on, I could maybe extend the number of mining lasers I have, or create wing batteries of mining lasers. Oh, you know what? That's actually a good idea. I'm going to create wing batteries of mining lasers. So what I will do is I will make a piece of hull that goes perhaps like this, and it will go 1, 2, 3, and then I'll have a piece of hull that goes like this, and then I'll get rid of these for now, and I'll put like wing mining lasers on each side. And that'll let me open up perhaps more room for my crew up this direction. Alright, nice one. We're working on things. I think no major alerts here. We do have plenty of defense points. And we have armor plates. I think I'm going to be saving up for the armor repairer, maybe. What am I going to save up for here? Sensor console, I could save up for some reactor stuff. Really what I need is better mining, so I tell you what I'll do. I'll let them keep working away on defenses for now, because we can quickly get the mining console in just a second or two of research. So I'm gonna let them keep getting defenses so we can maybe get some shield cells and stuff like that long term. That's the sort of stuff that we need to start working on. Once we are through this field, we will be making some edits to the ship. Oh, let me remove some of these things. But yeah, I think we've got a pretty damn good little ship going here, and I've probably said that before, but I'm pretty satisfied with how the design. I like this layout so far. If I do another run of this game, I'll no, don't pop on me. Okay. Yeah, I really don't want to get hit by asteroids here, because it seems like once you get to a certain point, it's much more likely for them to actually damage your components. The game seems to be a little bit more forgiving about that in the early game. I don't know if that's like a placebo effect or something, but I'm not going to take a risk. Okay, so we're going to pop open this asteroid. Ooh, some water here. Nice one. All right, we picked up some water. We're also going to be shooting this guy over here. Excellent. And then, oh, there's an asteroid right in front of us that we're going to want to deal with. Oh, didn't quite manage to pop him. I hope it doesn't explode on me. Okay, we managed to get through. Ooh, a little bit of metal there. Again, like, this is crazy. I feel like I'm getting no silicon at all, which is bonkers, because usually you get a little bit here and there. All right, we'll pop these guys open. Plenty of metal, which can be used to extend the ship, which means we actually might even be able to justify some living quarters for our people. Ship detected on long-range scanners. So let's get working on moving the mining lasers over. We'll delete that particular one and get it moved over to here. We've got a ship coming in. We do have our jump drive, so I'm not too worried. Ship is now on an intercept course. Might have to do a code blue. Maybe I'll do a preemptive code blue. We'll see. Okay, ship exiting the warp. They're not currently hostile. Excellent. Okay, I will sell 24 gold, because that'll mean I'll be able to buy another crew member. And then I will sell some water, and then I'm going to buy some silicon. That's great. This has actually worked out fantastically for me. This is exactly what I was hoping for. At least in certain respects. So we have another crew member, and this April is a good sciencey person, but you will actually be set to be our military person, because we are going to now unlock the utility, because we want. So we have a little canteen area now down here where you can get food and stuff like that, and I would actually like perhaps, it's hard to know. I think this ship design is going okay so far, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the airlock up one notch, notcherino. I'm going to do a little bit of reorganizing of the interior and the exterior, so let me get some mining lasers and a couple of small heat vents over here while we remove this particular one. So it might be worth it at some point to perhaps put some rooms into this thing, like maybe separate out the canteen. Like if I move this research console up a little bit, I could do like an airlock here to sort of section off the ships in terms of their air and stuff like that. That can be worth it to do that. I don't know if I will do that. We're doing some construction again. Okay, so we have the utility. It's time to unlock the... Oh, utility? I meant to unlock operations. Whoops. But we're going to give April something to do. She's going to work our mining console. Once we unlock it. We have extra room now in our station. In our ship. We just detected a star ahead of us. It might be time for a second crate. That's a potential maybe. What I would like to do is to move the research stations and stuff to all be in a line together. And you know what I'll do? I'll even do this sort of thing. And so these guys should start disassembling and assembling. I will actually cancel this one so that they can actually do a little bit of science work while the things are being moved. Starship Theory. Oh, fire down here. Someone's going to handle it, I hope. They are. I like it when games are hands off. I don't want to have to micromanage too much. I will micromanage if things are getting hectic, but I would prefer not to. It looks like Darlene just leveled up, and now you can see her health is leveling up. I think it's kind of hard to see, but if here, it might be a little bit easier here. So if you look at Darlene, she is fully leveled up on engineering, but now that she's fully leveled up, every level after this will give her some endurance, which increases her energy, hunger, and health. So our crew is getting better, and in fact, Renee is now working on improving her endurance also. We don't need to grow any food right now. We're up to 5 crew. That's great. I've never actually had this many crew, to be honest. This is kind of the best I've ever done in this game so far. I think it's because I understand the game a little bit better in this playthrough. So I'm going to delete this. Operations has been worked on. I'm going to go back to working defense now. I'm going to power on this guy, and then we're going to build a mining console over here. And that's what the combat person is going to work. When it is built, a little bit of work and repair and sort of chopping and changing going on in our station, or in our ship. I could build a room separator here, I'm thinking. And I might just do that. The only concern that I have is I don't have room for a life support in here. So I might not do that just yet. But my rooms are getting quite large. But they're not unmanageable yet. We have a lot of stuff, so I think I will get a second crate to store extra stuff. We've got an asteroid field detected ahead. Alrighty. Okay, so April is now working the combat role of the mining console. So if I go up over here, you can see my mining length is now 21. Now, the mining length default is 20, so getting +1 does not seem like a huge deal. But April working here, the main advantage is she's going to start getting experience towards the combat role. So as she works there, she's going to improve, and she increases the range ever so slightly. Oh, I need to actually set up all these mining guns now on the same hotkey, and you can see our mining lasers now. They can ever so slightly reach just a couple of pixels further. So for example, if I put my mouse here, right, so they can reach this far, and then if I turn off the mining console, you can see they could just barely reach ever so slightly less far. It's not a huge difference, but it is a noticeable difference over time as April gets leveled up from using the mining console. And that's the main thing we're using it. We're using it as a training station for April to level up her combat skill. And plus it makes our mining slightly more efficient too. And you can see having multi-directional mining is kind of useful. I want to pop some of these asteroids. I think I will probably go up to 4 mining lasers fairly soon, maybe even 5 mining lasers in the not too distant future. Ooh, it's a big one. It did miss us though. So we're still looking for, there they are. There's the silicon that we were looking for. Still looking for silicon if we can find it. Silicon and gold would be actually quite nice right now. Mainly, we kind of just want more of everything though, because we're trying to trade with people to get more cash to buy crew members. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to build some weaponry, actually. That's probably the next thing I will build. All right, somebody ringing my doorbell. How nice of them. How nice of them to do that today while I'm recording. It's no big deal. All right, so we're going to pop some more of these asteroids. And we're going to pop these guys open. I think doorbell ringing is probably my favorite way to get interrupted. That, and there's a guy who lives down the road who just at intermittent times just likes to start banging. I don't know what he's doing. And I don't mean that kind of banging. I mean like he will just have something in his garden and be hitting it. And I'm not sure why. Maybe he's a blacksmith. Maybe he's just an annoying asshole. At least from my perspective, that's what they are. I don't even know if it's a dude, actually. I just know that they're loud and obnoxious. Which is kind of a sad state of modern society, right? That we only know our neighbors by their faults. I'm sure I'm probably an annoying asshole to my neighbors. They might hate me because I scream swear words all the time while I'm playing games, because I'm that kind of person. Okay. So, we have a pretty decent layout here, I'm thinking. So perhaps this will be the combat little portion. I'll do a little 2x2 combat section. We'll do whole heal, like so. Our CPU is pretty low. Making our ship nice and big. We still have plenty of spare mass. We are at -7, so we're still at +9, so our mass hasn't increased all that much. But our mass should actually be increasing. I might even... No, I think aesthetically, I want to go for a little bit of aesthetics in this run. I'm going to make our ship kind of like, try to look a bit nicer. Well, I mean, not even a kind of like a little bit nicer, but just not look too ugly. So I'm going to keep this. This looks like a pretty good spacing on these guys, so I'm going to leave these at the spacing. And I'm going to want to extend the front of the ship a little bit. I'm thinking... I don't want to do too much at once. They're not currently hostile. I will sell metal, and I would like to sell gold. I don't want to buy water. I will buy some silicon, because I just need some. I don't have any gold to sell, but that's pretty much it. But you can see now we're getting into ships with shields and stuff like that. So that means we are going to want to start getting our shields. And we have the ability now to unlock a shield cell and a shield booster. I think what I will do is I'll probably get the shield cell first. Okay, and then that's what we're going to build. Build a shield cell right here. And then we're going to save up for the shield booster. So this is where our weapons are going to go along this little broadside thing. Kind of extending our ship haphazardly a little bit. And then we're going to do something kind of similar to what we did before. Like this. And then we will do this. So we've built a pretty interesting ship here, I feel. I'm going to delete these. I'm going to prioritize those for deletion. Remove those, please. Was there a little fire here that cancelled that build? Let me repair floor, repair water cooler. I want to get the shield up if I can, because the shield is... Oh, actually, I don't want to get the shield yet, because I need... The shield, what it does is it pops asteroids, and it also... It does some other stuff that I'm not ready to deal with the consequences of. But yeah, I think we need more resources before we really do this, so I'm going to just extend the hull quite a bit, so that we get the mining layout that we want. I don't know why you're building that chunk over there. That seems like a silly idea, but I guess it works. What is this, a floating piece over there? What the hell? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's a bug. There's a bug for you. Okay, so we got our lasers. Zip, zip, zip. We gotta be careful though, because our range... We're gonna want to get the mining extenders pretty soon too, to increase the range. Oh. So that we can extend the range of our ship and mine things a little bit further. Because I think the bigger your ship gets, it kind of gets a little bit harder to mine things that are just out of reach. So our ship is still, I think we're still doing pretty good though in terms of our ship. I quite like the layout, I quite like how it looks. I think 5 mining lasers is a good goal right now. Looks like, ooh, grab that real quick. I'm going to quickly fill in these gaps with some pieces of hull. Keep constructing, ooh, get that guy. And so because my lasers are spaced out, my theoretical reach is spread, but it does mean the +1 range helps a little bit, you know? Oh, I want to get this. Well, I'll pop this open and then just pray this doesn't hit me. I mean, there is potential to be hit by some of these guys. Alrighty, looks like they're building my ship. Ship exiting warp. They're not currently hostile. I don't want to sell. So I don't want to sell silicon. I need silicon. I will sell some water. And I don't want to sell Judy. I don't want to sell Judy. I want to keep Judy because she's actually quite good. She has a level 4 in construction. Oh, grab that silicon. Silicon's always nice. Pop that open. I'm almost like, I'm like silicon traumatized at this point in this run. I've had so little silicon that I just go for it whenever I see it. Okay, so they're building up the ship over there. So, I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this episode right here. I'm going to thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this series. Please remember, if you want to subscribe, if you want to subscribe to me, you can see more. If you want to directly support me, make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you want to give me your feedback, go ahead and leave a comment. Other than that, I want to say I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.